broadcasting across the nation from the East Coast to the West, keeping you up to date on technology while enjoying a little whiskey on the side, with leading-edge topics, along with special guests, to navigate technology in a segmented, stylized radio program. The information that will make you go, Pull up a seat, raise a glass with our hosts as we spend the next hour talking about technology for the common person. Welcome to TechTime Radio with Nathan Mumm.
Oh, welcome to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm, the show that makes you go, Technology News of the Week, the show for the everyday person talking about technology, broadcasting across the nation with insightful segments on subjects weeks ahead of the mainstream media. We welcome our radio audience of 35 million listeners to an hour of insightful technology news. I'm your host, Nathan Mumm. They are a technologist with over 30 years of technology expertise. Our co-host, Mike Roday, is in studio, and he's the award-winning author and our human behavior expert. Now, we're live streaming during our show on 4 of the most popular platforms, including YouTube, Twitch.tv, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We encourage you to visit us online at techtimeradio.com and become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/TechTimeRadio. We're friends from different backgrounds. What's that?
Nothing.
What was that? You looked at me. What's that?
Your voice went way up high.
Wow.
You did something to yourself.
Okay. All right. We're friends from different backgrounds, but we bring the best technology show possible weekly for our friends, family, and fans to enjoy. We're glad to have Odie, our producer, at the control panel today. Welcome, everyone. Let's start today's show.
Now on today's show.
Today on the show, we have our informative yet funny segment, Letters. We're excited to have that, which talks about scams, phishing emails, texting scams, and all-out mistruths. In addition to that, of course, we have Mike's mesmerizing moment, our technology fail of the week, and a Nathan Nugget. And, of course, our pick of the day whiskey taste, and to see if our selected whiskey pick is 0, 1, or 2 thumbs up by the end of the show. But now it's time for the latest headlines in the world of technology.
Here are our top technology stories of the week.
All right, you ready here? Story number 1. President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act may have quietly changed the economics of streamers and online creators. Let's go to Lisa Walker for more on this.
The U.S. Treasury Department this past week released a list of occupations that customarily and regularly received tips, and thus will be eligible for the administration's flagship No Tax on Tips policy, which will let eligible taxpayers deduct their tipped income. And while the list includes the obvious, bartenders, food servers, casino dealers, and housekeepers, it also includes digital content creators who are eligible, including podcasters, social media influencers, and streamers. Could this change these gig side hustles? Only time will tell. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, what do you think about this, Mike? So now tips for streamers, side hustle people.
I'm thinking all those OnlyFans girls are gonna make some bank here.
Make some banks. Is that, do they get paid in tips on there?
That I think that's all they get paid is tips.
Well, so let's be sure that we have this. The tax deduction is capped at $25,000 per year. So if you make $25K in tips, that's a pretty significant income, right? I mean, I have not waited tables ever in my life. I was the busser in the back of house individual, and I worked in a restaurant. That's because you don't have the mug for it. I don't have the mug for it. So I was behind the counter, and now this begins to phase out after you make $150,000 of income for a single filer, or $300,000 for a married joint filer, which I think is pretty much.
I'm pretty sure if you're waiting tables, you're not going to get that.
So I don't think that really hurts that. But now let's talk about influencers and Twitch streamers. Making $300,000 or $150,000 for a single individual probably is right up in that area of what they make with their endorsements. I mean, they make pretty good money.
I don't really agree with that. I don't think digital creators should have that.
You don't think so?
No.
I kind of agree with you. I don't know if that's really the same as a tip. A tip on that is more of like, here, I'm paying you for your information. I don't consider that a tip for service. So I you know what, Mike? I think we agree on that. I was very surprised to hear this. It wouldn't change.
That we agree or that this happened?
Well, both, I guess. Odie just grabbed the mic. What's your feeling on this, Odie?
She's pensive.
I don't think their income is considered a tip. So I think they're exempt from this.
No, actually, so what they're doing is interesting. Platforms are actually developing tips. So if you do a Twitch stream,
Yeah, something like Twitch and something like OnlyFans where you get a tip on top of that. I understand that.
Okay.
But brand deals exclusively, that can't be considered a tip.
Okay.
That's not a tip.
Right.
So let me.
So how would this really affect somebody like an influencer, for example?
They're gonna start begging for tips.
Yeah, they're gonna come up with a third party platform. There's already 2 platforms that have come on out that you can tie your YouTube accounts to, and then you can tie other accounts to. That is all tipping. So Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know if you've ever heard of that site, but that's a site where essentially it's a tipping service and you're buying someone a coffee, like $5 tips here, different services. Now people, instead of they're saying like and subscribe, it's going to be changed like, subscribe, and tip me at blah, 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 blah.com.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that.
You don't like that either?
No, I mean...
I thought it was really for the working class
with
single mom that's having to do certain stuff. That was my...
You mean like sex work?
No.
Okay.
Wow, this is OnlyFans and sex works. Okay, well, Mike's mindset right now. Okay, Odie, I mean, if you're a single mom, you're working at a restaurant, and you're getting tipped and you had to pay taxes, absolutely agree.
But it starts at... or you're up to 25K.
So after you hit 25K, you can't write off anything else.
Yeah.
So 25K.
That's a lot of tips.
That is.
It is.
So if I'm making a standard salary at 40,000,
I think this is a great idea for those industries.
Yes.
For
restaurants,
wait staff, because
cleaning service,
especially in a place where tipping is optional. You know, that's what the whole tipping industry is all about. It is whether or not you're going to give a tip and how much of a tip you're going to leave, and the fact that you can adjust a person's salary below. I was just at a restaurant minimum wage on Friday. The tip came on out. The auto tip things that they fill in there, 25, 30, and 35%.
I think that's too high.
I was struggling, so I actually said the custom, and
15 to 20.
So the service was very bad. Okay. We had to wait almost an hour for our food to come on out. And
see, that's a no tip.
Well, that should be a no tip, right?
Well, you don't have to give a tip.
That's exactly what I thought, but we still ended up giving 10%, which in our mind was nicer than nothing.
It's interesting that you say that, because I don't know if it's a generation thing, but it's a general consensus that you give a tip, even if it is bad service.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
See, when I grew
20%, I don't know. The way that I've grown up is like 20% is like the standard.
Yeah.
And then anything below 15% is like if it's mediocre.
Okay.
And then anything.
What if I had to record? So we got no water.
If it was really horrible.
No
service,
water refills. No. So here's our. So we sit on down at Outback Steakhouse. I'm just going to call them out. There you go. So Outback Steakhouse. We sit on down.
You're going to get in trouble.
That's okay. So we ask for water. We get one refill of water. Never gets refilled again. Okay. So we have our one water. That
Did
comes
you have
to the
another drink as well?
No.
Okay.
Just ask for water. So we ordered
Are you somebody that's going to drink the water?
See, I drink the water.
I only bring this up because of the water shortage thing that happened back in 2015 with California. And I remember when we went,
we don't care about California.
Well, I don't know. It was something that really stuck with me because I'm not going to ask for water, or I'm not expecting water unless I ask for it.
Okay, so I asked for water
because I don't want to waste it.
And we both drank our stuff down before we got our meal.
Would you have drank more?
Okay, this isn't about water.
But anyway,
stop making it about water. It's not about water. It's about service. The whole idea behind wait tipping is that you get based on your service. It's not. It has become this sort of idea that you should give a tip anyway.
Right.
But it's the same thing as not putting boundaries around your children. If you let them misbehave, they will continue to misbehave. If you keep tipping a waitress or a waiter for bad service, they're never going to improve.
Okay, so tell me if this is bad service. So we sit down, we get one water, We wait almost an hour to get the food.
This is not the people's court. We don't.
Well, hang on. So we wait an hour for food. We have to ask for the food if it's going to come on out because we were planning to go to a movie. We ended up getting the food so late that we didn't go to the movie itself.
Okay, I'm gonna disregard this conversation because one, as a person, why are you going to dinner before a movie?
What do you mean?
That's a traditional date.
Isn't that a date thing?
Yeah, but I wouldn't go to a nice restaurant with unless I had
Outback Steakhouse considered nice?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I wouldn't consider it fine dining, but it's a nicer restaurant than say McDonald's.
It's a date. It's a date stop.
Regardless.
Okay.
Regardless.
Yeah.
For somebody like the waitstaff, I think that makes sense. This whole new law thing, I think that's okay.
Okay. But not for streamers.
I think the law. I don't think.
Okay. So we all agree. So all three of us agree. You know what? It shouldn't be for streaming.
I just don't know how that would work.
I don't know. I just find
it's just entitlement is what it.
So Trump's one big beautiful bill. Why would they include that in there? Why
Does that benefit the average person?
I don't know. I don't think so. But they put it in there. So now you're gonna have all these actors and streamers that are gonna be in there that decide they're gonna now ask for tips, and now they're gonna get $25,000 that they don't pay taxes on. I'm struggling with platforms that have this.
I don't know.
I think we need to move on to something that's much more important.
Okay, let's move on to story number 2, Mike. Please help us from the tipping. I'm sure that this is going to be something that makes me go,
So you were talking about California earlier. Foster City, California has a huge problem. A huge problem.
What is that problem?
Huge.
Oh my God.
Goose poop.
What? Okay, that's us too. What?
Goose poop.
Okay. So
they scoop up 400 pounds of goose poop per day.
Okay, that's a lot.
And they're trying to I don't know. They're trying to figure out how to deal with that. And then they are coming up with strategies, a $400,000 pilot project that will include the use of drones, dogs, and lasers to drive the birds away. Or, I don't know, do they have a laser yet that will give you a good Christmas dinner?
I don't know. So okay.
That really changes the Christmas Carol, doesn't it?
Yeah, what happens if they laser the bird and all of a sudden, boom, instant cook?
I don't know, but it probably goes poof and there's a big thing of feathers.
Alrighty.
Anyway, this is a big problem according to these folks.
Yeah.
Especially dog owners.
Yeah.
Because, dogs are trying to eat it. So it's kind of a serious problem for these folks down in Foster City.
So if you have your dog and they're going in there.
This is such a California problem. Truly.
I know. See how this is more important than tips?
If they're using technology, right? Okay.
Yeah, there was so much of it in 2022, it prompted a health hazard warning and a plan to kill 100 birds.
Oh, that's not going to work in California.
No, that was, Christmas dinner. Right there, Christmas dinner. Maybe early Christmas dinner.
Uh-huh.
But after public pressure last year, Foster City approved a non-lethal plan. Which, I'm sorry. You give me these because, they're funny. But
okay. All right.
I don't know if I can feel bad for Foster City and all the goose poop.
You can't. So how are they using the technology?
I don't know.
They're going to have drones.
They're going to have drones fly down into the groups. I guess they're going to. Maybe use lasers. I don't know. Maybe geese are like cats. They just lead them away with a laser or something.
Okay.
Which would be kind of funny if that works. I don't know how they're going to use lasers, but the biggest thing is that they want people to stop feeding the geese, which is why they congregate there.
Okay, that makes sense.
During the warm summer months.
They all of them fly south for the winter, right? Yeah, they do. Okay.
So so I'm pretty sure that's more important.
So they've hired people to fly these pesky drones right next to these geese. So they're going to have people out there with drones that are going to be flying right. Do you bump into them? Or
I have to imagine that drones aren't going to last long if they startle a flock of geese, especially a flock that's big enough to leave 400 pounds of poop.
So you think that after a while that they'll just get used to the drone and say nothing's going to happen to it?
No, I think they're going to figure out that using drones is not a good idea.
Okay. All right.
And then they're going to come in and they're going to hire mercs to come in.
mercenaries
to come in and get them when they're, it's nighttime.
Okay, whatever they do, they shouldn't be throwing X-Lax out there for them to eat.
Where did that come from? Is that the Nathan? Is that the Nathan solution?
Don't you ever remember the jokes growing up back in school? Never mind. All right. Okay.
Well, yeah. There's the saying like "poop through a goose."
Yeah, there you go. Okay,
but I don't know how that.
Never mind. Okay. All right. Don't whatever you do, don't tell AI. Google
what did you do in your youth? Jeez.
He lived a whole different life
before the internet. We had to create our own entertainment. So let me just tell you,
we didn't feed X-Lax to geese.
Okay.
Did
Nathan
you?
did.
No,
yeah, I think that's pretty apparent.
Of course I didn't. I just
course you did.
I just heard that it's not a good thing to serve. All right. Well.
Okay. Well,
speaking of animals,
maybe you need to go down to Foster City and let them know that strategy.
All right. Okay. Well, speaking of animals, let's move on to Mr. Beast. He's an animal too, right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Mr. Beast.
You're not a fan of Mr. Beast. The YouTube star Mr. Beast reportedly wants to launch a phone company. Problem is, half of his core demographics don't even pay for their own phone bills. Now, so this is kind of going on the same trajectory that
when's he going to start asking for tips?
Well, I'm sure he's going to be asking for tips immediately. But Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast, is reportedly planning to launch his own mobile phone service in 2026. The 27-year-old creator, who has amassed over 431 million YouTube subscribers. Can you figure that out? 431 million YouTube subscribers. Are you one of them, Mike?
Nope. I don't.
Odie, are you a
subscriber?
subscriber?
That guy.
I was. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Why not?
Nah, because he's weird.
So
he's weird?
Yeah.
Or is it because of all the controversies that he stirs up when
well, I liked him at first. I thought of him as like a cool up-and-coming creator and original, but now it's just, I don't know, it just feels like a money grab.
Well,
that's all it is.
Yeah,
right.
What's your age group? To disclose your age group.
God, it's 25 to 30.
Okay, so you're in the 25 to 30 age group, and guess what? His core viewership is 11 to 24.
Right.
So during the time that you were probably a little younger, you thought Mr. Beast was really cool. And then once you started...
No, because I was definitely in that 18 to 24 age group when he was becoming big.
Okay. He's still pretty big.
He's still pretty big.
You were okay with all the exploitation. Huh?
Yeah. But then, I don't know. He doesn't come with I don't know. He's not doing anything new.
Yeah, okay. So
he's trying to start a phone company. And he's in the new Tron movie?
Yeah, he's in the new Tron movie. So if you're going to go Tron Ares, you're going to see Mr. Beast.
I don't know if I'm going to go.
I finally saw an ad for that, by the way.
Did you? I'll just tell you, I'm very excited for the movie. And I think
How many Tron movies are there?
This will be the third movie.
This is the
3 live, and I think there's a animated one.
Yeah, that's right. All right, the business model has been proven lucrative to other celebrities. Now, President Donald Trump launched his own Trump mobile service earlier this year, offering the $47 plan, $47.45, a reference to his status as the 45th president and the 47th president. So why didn't he do $45.47? No, he chose $47.45.
Okay, nobody cares.
And plans to launch his own smartphone company with a $499 gold phone that is fake. All right, but Mr. Beast faces a unique challenge. As we talked about his demographics, most of it don't align with people actually buying or paying for phones. Most of the people from 11 to 24 are given a secondary phone from their parents. And Mr. Beast's audience is the middle schooler ages through young university students. While he represents a massive potential customer base, most of the viewers aren't going to make that purchasing decision.
Well, they will be.
It's interesting that you say that because the guy came out with that like pit stop burger thing that sold out within hours, if not days.
Yeah.
Yeah, because kids are constantly like, "Mommy,
fold
mommy,
under."
Mommy. Of course, right. So that's probably what's going to happen.
And then there's Lunchable knockoff that turned out to be
just repackaged,
moldy or something. There was all kinds of stuff going on with that one.
Or his candy bars.
Yeah, well, Mr. Beast has considered to be a debacle with his new revenue Beast games that did not turn out
be.
It turned out
we talked about it.
Yeah, as expected. Do we think this new revenue stream will make Mr. Beast popular in prominent.
I think he's odd for doing that.
He's like Elon. He's I think he's got some of the same traits Elon does.
I don't find him very entertaining. You know what? As a host for the Beast Game show that I watched, I did not find him as a very entertaining host. His hosting was actually,
he's not.
Poor.
You know how he started his rise to fame was by
giving away money, giving away money for his events that he do. Yeah, people compete for certain stuff, and he gave away money.
So he takes his money and then he makes people compete for it.
Yes. The money that he would have made from X, Y, and Z.
That's pretty exploitative.
Okay, well.
And manipulative.
Well, that ends our top technology stories of the week. Next, we dive into our letter segment.
Yeah.
What's that?
Tip Mr. Beast. And maybe Mr. Beast can solve the goose poop problem.
There you go. All right. Next, we dive into our letter segment featuring scams submitted by listeners and other studio-selected emails. Be sure to listen as we share in this segment and get a friend to listen in to help protect them from scams. We're going to hit this after the commercial break. See you then.
Looking for custom glass solutions for your next commercial project? Hartung Glass Industries is your trusted partner in custom glass fabrication. For over 100 years, Hartung has delivered proven manufacturing expertise, comprehensive product offerings, and dependable service and quality. From energy-efficient facades to custom shower doors, we create glass solutions tailored to your project needs. With 8 facilities across the U.S. and Canada, we combine national expertise with a local touch-ensuring faster service and unparalleled customer care. Hartung Glass Industries, where quality meets innovation. Visit hartungglass.com to learn more.
Oh, you all right there, Mike? Coughing up a lung there. Welcome back to Tech Time with Nathan Mumm. Our weekly show covers the top technology subjects without any political agenda. We verify the facts and do it with a sense of humor in less than 60 minutes, and of course with a little whiskey on the side. Today, Mark Gregoire, our whiskey connoisseur, is away from the studio.
What is with the squeaky high voice thing?
Well, all right. So Odie is in studio picking up his slack. All right. You like that?
Weird way to...
Or picking up the slack.
Anyway.
All right.
Picking up his slack.
There you go. What has Mark chosen for us to try today?
Make sure you make your voice go real high. So
I don't have that problem. Anyway, today we're drinking the Four Roses Single Barrel Strength OBSV Ballard Cut Volume 2. From the Four Roses website, OBSV is the most rounded and versatile of our recipes at all ages. The extra rye of the bee mash bill creates a dominant flavor with this recipe. The bright and slightly spicy character is apparent at any age, and the delicate fruit flavors created by the V yeast strain round out the complex palate with flavors of apricot, pear, and plum. As this recipe ages in the barrel, the typical caramel and vanilla flavors develop, and the rich flavor of cocoa is rich, bright, and complex with a long and mellow finish.
Okay.
I had that. I did not taste anything of what they're talking about, but that's me. The company is the Curran. I'm not sure. Do you either of you know?
I think it's Curran.
Curran Brewing Company. Distillation is Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, classified as a straight bourbon. Aged 9 years. Aged 9 years and 4 months. 62 ABV or 125.4 proof. Mash bill is 60% corn, 35% rye, and 5% malted barley, and goes for $100 at the 750 milliliters.
All right, and it got your voice going a little higher there too.
Yeah, it's
it's got an interesting taste. I know that I have liked Four Roses before, and
how do you know you've liked?
Well, because I have, I believe,
because you pre-tasted it.
No. Well, I pre-taste all whiskeys that I have, but the Four Roses I like extensively as the Four Roses. I haven't had the single barrel private selection, and I think this is I'm liking this. This has got my palate all in a tizzy.
Yeah, you don't have a palate.
This is my expert whiskey.
Yeah,
palate.
you're expert.
I have to agree with
palate.
that. You don't have a palate.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Wow. We proved it last week with the whole not liking Whiskey Pig, and I can't remember the other one.
My palate is a palate of an everyday whiskey person that just likes alcohol and whiskey. It's not a distinct palate. I'm not.
No.
I'm not a palate snob. I just enjoy.
No one's saying you got to be a palate snob, but you got to understand what you're tasting
that's what I'm
too.
Call Mike. All right. Okay.
You call me a palate snob?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Drink responsibly because heaven can wait.
And tip.
And tip.
That's right. Up to 25K.
At TechTime.com.
That's right. TechTime Radio.
TechTimeRadio.com.
Let's jump on that bandwagon.
Thank you very much for our show today. Can you please tip me? All right. Well, with our whiskey tasting completed, let's move on to our feature segment. Today, we bring back the funny yet informative reading of emails that I received during the week. This includes scam, phishing emails, texting scams, and all that mistruths disguised as legitimate emails in a segment we call Letters.
Letters. We get letters. We get stacks of letters. Oh, letters. We get letters. And the letters all have
All right. Well, you start with Odie. Odie, you have two to choose from there. You got a yellow highlighted, which is kind of the simple version, or the green highlighted, which is the more complex version. Which one do you want to give to the readers? You want to give it simple, or do you want to give it...
Oh, I get to choose?
You get to choose. You have two to choose from. I gave you and Mike both a yellow. Yellow's the simple one. Green is the more complex one.
Well, I'm going to go with the green because it has more pages.
Okay. All right. The logic is there. I see it. Okay.
Okay, so this is from fruitbouquets.com or bouquets.
Fruit bouquets.
Fruitbouquets.com. And the email is fruitbouquets@em.fruitbouquets.com.
Okay, so hang on here. So it's EM.
EM dot.
Oh, okay.
Which...
Well, does that look... So, this looks pretty legit, doesn't it?
The EM, I'd be a little wary, but I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know.
Maybe EM stands for something back at the office or something.
Extra money.
Extra money?
There we go. Look at that.
Okay. All right. So what's it ask you to do?
Well, it's telling me to zest up my life with a $15 credit for a fruit bouquet.
Okay.
And it gives me a shopping code, and it's just a bunch of images, not really any text until you get down to the bottom where you can like unsubscribe and blah, blah, blah.
All right. So
but it looks just like a generic... brand email. Oh, it's double-sided.
It is double-sided.
Oh, holy crap. There's so much. Wow.
So
this looks like a legit website.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So you click on the link. All right?
I click on the link.
So I click on the link.
I shop now for a $15 credit.
Okay.
The subject says the $15 credit awaits.
All right. Okay. So
they gave me a code.
They gave you a code. So the website is legit. So the website is legit. That is the legit company. But let's talk about a little bit about what they do. So when I click on the link, it says this code has expired. All right. So brand new code. I literally click on it an hour after they send it to me. It's got shop your anniversary, shop your birthday. Yeah. It's got lots of great things. Instead of sending a flower basket, you send a fruit basket that looks like flowers, and they have chocolates and they got little meat things. They got everything that you need for your fruits and vegetables / gift giving items.
Yeah.
So this isn't a scam from the company, but this is a scam on how you can actually advertise and get sales. So you click on the link, and guess what happens? That you would expect $15 to be available, right?
Yeah.
So first it says error inputting the code when you click on the link, and it takes you to the website. Now it shows you all these great offers. You add it into your cart, and then you try to put in the code, and the code says the code has been expired. Literally 2 hours after they submit the thing, the code's been expired. So not a scam in that you're going to give your information away, but a scam
but now I
is
have
that
to fork up everything.
You have to pay for the full.
That's a investment trick.
Investment.
You invest time. You invest time into doing this, where you're setting yourself up to buy stuff, and then the odds are you are going to still buy it.
Yep.
Yeah, because you've invested all this time
you've invested
into
the
it.
time.
I went and I
that's
found
exactly what. That's a car sales trick.
Is it a car sales trick? So,
Yep.
so it's kind of an old fashioned, and I wanted to bring that up because I then contacted their chat support. So I did research into this. So I contacted the chat support on the site here and said, "Hey, I just received this email. It says that I have this code that's available, and I want to use the code to do this." And the chat representative says, "Well, let me put you on hold. almost 20 minutes of my time.
On hold?
On hold. He's hang on, I got to do this. Welcome, I'm back. Tell me a little bit about your information. I'll get back to you in 5 minutes. So he's moving me back and forth.
So just wasting your time.
Just wasting
That's
the time of 20 minutes.
The more time you invest in it, the more...
I'm just going to say, screw it. I'm going to buy it anyways. I don't need the discount, right, Mike?
Right.
So that is their whole...
That's what their goal is for you to just do it.
So then I do a little bit of research. He says that code never was sent out for a $15 code. This is what I get back in the chat after 20 minutes, and then it was an error, and that they would give me 5% off with this code that he would give me. Sorry for my time and effort. So instead of the $15 off, which is a significant amount of a $40 purchase that you're going to do, $15 off, now it's all of a sudden...
almost a quarter.
Yeah. So now it's 25%. He's only giving me a 5% code, wasting my time and effort that was there. So the scam is, be careful when people give you codes and you click on them. They may be legitimate sites. They may be stuff there, but as Mike just attested to, it's a selling scam of sometimes providing a code when you really have no interest in giving that discount out to the person.
Everything that we talk about here is based on how to manipulate your psychology.
Okay.
That's how they get you to do anything, is by manipulating your behavior.
If you spent that time, Odie, 20 minutes total time, if you spent that time and you ordered something, you finally found something you like, would you have just gone on and paid for it without the discount?
No.
Okay.
But that's because I've worked in retail. So if I'm not getting that code, I'm then spending another 30 minutes talking to somebody saying, hey, this is for $15. I'm not leaving without $15. Otherwise, I'm out of the site.
Okay.
But I generally don't, I know about all the marketing tactics. I'm not going to fall for it.
Okay,
Do you really?
What?
She knows about many
all the
of well,
marketing
she's worked for clothing
Maybe not
departments.
all the marketing tactics, but the whole up to 50% off in store. And then in the fine print, it's up to, and then 50% off is the really big that draws the person in.
Up to 50. And you have
and
one
then you look
t-shirt.
at, you walk around
It's
the
really
whole
10%
store.
or no.
Yeah.
And you say, where's the 50% off? And say, oh, that t-shirt sold this morning. There was one t-shirt that was on the clearance rack that was 50% off. And be like, well, that's not really, that's kind of a deceptive ad.
I have to I'm that customer service person that you're chatting with. I'm not going to put myself through it when I know that they can't do anything for it.
There you go. Okay. All right, Mike, we'll go to you next.
Which one do you want to hear more about? The yellow or the green?
I don't know. You get to choose. Yellow is the simple hack, and the green's got a little bit more of the story.
I think we'll go with the green one.
Oh, green also. Okay, look at both of you guys.
We'll do two greens.
All right.
This is from Gary Bixler.
Okay.
From insights at thechannelco.com.
Legitimate site. Absolutely legitimate.
Hi, Nathan. As a valued cloud solution provider, you're invited to participate in an important CRN research study. Your insights will help illuminate how leading platforms are shaping business landscapes for solution providers like you.
Okay.
They haven't been to Nathanland, so they don't understand. Be among the first 50 respondents to receive a $20 gift card as a thank you for your time.
All right.
Take this survey now.
So I clicked on that last week, Mike, and guess what happened? Now, it's at 5:16 a.m., I was up at 5:16 a.m.
How are you up at 5:16
Well, because I don't sleep very well. And as you get older...
He's mentioned this before. You don't question it.
That's right.
He's on it.
I'm on it.
He's on it.
Okay, so
he said it like 5 times.
Okay.
$23? Oh, he's like right there.
So
he's waiting for that email.
That's right. He's going to apply it to his liquor.
I jump on this, and within a minute, I take the survey. I fill out the survey all incorrectly. I'm just hitting middle. No real good information on the survey in the middle of it. It says, congratulations. Thank you for taking our survey. You were not one of the 50 respondents to take this in time. So we appreciate your information, but you're not eligible for the $20 gift card. Now, I get a little upset.
Why?
Because I do not believe that there is 50 people ahead of that. So I reach out and I send them an email and I said, explain to me how I got an email. And within less than a minute, I fill out your survey. How was I not in one of the 50 people respondents? So this company comes back to me with an email. Sorry for any miscommunications. It was the 51st people that responded to this. This is the second mailing we have sent out. So the first mailing that we sent out to the people have already responded and taken care of it. So you're not eligible. So you were never
eligible to begin with.
No, so they said that I was the second group to receive this message in a group of emails that were out. So only the first group were eligible for the survey. So then I respond to the guys and say, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you send something out to do that? Because you're saying that you're going to give a $20 gift card to fill out the survey.
Because they know you're going to try and get the $20.
So they said, well, there's nothing we can do about it. What we'll do is we'll move you up on a priority list. So the next email that we sent out will ensure that you get it as the first time. Now I have this in email. So I am waiting. I have now alerts set up. When I get any email coming on in from the channel
now, Nathan,
company.com.
I know the answer, but do you honestly believe that you're ever going to get those $20?
No, absolutely not. I think it's a total scam. It's like when you go to the fairs and they say, enter the auction to win this car. And it's like it's like the same car that you've seen for year after year, and you're like, well, I thought that car was won last year, and you say, well, did anybody ever win that car? Oh, well, you know what? We're a part of a national blah 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 blah. We believe somebody won it back east or something like this. So they always it's a scam. It's a total scam.
Let's pull back a minute. And is this really a scam? Because you're not actually paying money. You're not actually outputting any of your money.
Okay, I see where you're going with this, but what was the survey about?
It was about cloud services. It was about, do you use cloud services, Microsoft Azure,
Does
Google
that really
Cloud?
help anybody other than maybe like Microsoft and
No, because I get on a
Google?
list. At the very end of the survey, it says you're going to be added to a sales list. I can't opt out of it. So what I did is I filled out the survey for them on the survey, and then I just opted into every one of these cloud providers. Service. Well, I'm trying to get a $20 gift card. I'm trying to see if this is legit.
Okay.
You're funny.
That's why this isn't a scam.
Why is that?
Because they aren't trying to get your information.
It's a mistruth.
They're not. It's a manipulation. Okay. They are manipulating you by dangling a $20 gift card in front of your face. But you should understand that if this is a nationwide company, they're saying that 50 out of the thousands of these emails they're sending out are going to be the first 50 are going to get this card. So that can happen just, like that.
I don't think they ever gave out those 50 cards, though.
Yeah, but you can't prove that, can you?
Of course.
So this technically isn't a scam,
but it is a mistruth.
It is a manipulation.
It is a mistruth.
Yeah. They're manipulating you into doing something. So you got manipulated.
Okay.
I think that's why you're mad.
Well, I was mad because now I'm on the list. So the next time they send something out,
and now you're gonna get a bunch of spam.
Well, I did get a bunch of spam, so now I'm getting a whole bunch of spam from this company, and I'm so excited.
I think you should go and take the survey again and just give them all bad.
Just give them all negative stuff. I don't even think they care about the survey. I think all they care about is that at the very end I signed up to be on their subscriber list.
Well, yeah, to be honest, so they can send you more manipulative emails.
All right, here's my fraud that I got. I got a response that I paid $94.84 for Stitch Fix. Now, this is
you are subscribed to Stitch Fix.
Oh, I am. Okay. So that's why it makes sense a little bit. Well, but first of all, I've never been able to get an order for $94.84 from Stitch Fix. Let me just tell you, most of the orders that come through there are at least $150 to $200 for what they send. So the first red flag on this is that the price is a little bit cheaper than I would have expected from this company that I use a lot to get clothes and different items.
See, I got a similar one from one of my healthcare providers.
Did you?
It said, hey, we're trying to refund you this amount of money.
And what did you say?
I'm not clicking on stuff.
There you go. Okay, didn't click on it because it didn't quite make sense, right? It just didn't add up.
No, it doesn't add up. If they want to give me money back, then I expect somebody from that provider to call me and say, hey, we overbilled you.
Yeah. That would make sense, right? And you know what? If they did overbill you in a year or so, they're going to have to report that to the state, and then you can find that in hidden money from the state.
Well,
itself.
And they don't have to let me know. All they need to do is recredit my account and be like, hey, we made a mistake.
But also, you would get a formal letter in the mail, would you not? It wouldn't be through email.
Maybe, but you would get some kind of message from an email that would say, hey, we overbilled you, so we credited your account back. They wouldn't say, hey, we're trying to credit your account. Click here.
Right.
All right,
give us your information.
So this was from service at paypals.io. So PayPal has not changed their name.
There's so many things that are wrong with that.
PayPal's,
and then .io.
.io, which is a new domain name that comes on up there quite a bit. The .io is now popping up.
It doesn't matter. They're taking advantage of your heuristics.
So they say track package, and I'm like, I would have already had the package. And it says, here's your order information. Here's this. Do you need some help? You can contact Stitch Fix Inc. for more questions about this purchase, email or call. Or if you still need help, you can visit the PayPal Help Center. Looks exactly kind of like their type of deal. The payment was sent to the wrong address, so I don't have it sent to this email address that they actually are sending it to. They're sending it to an EE Services when it should be a Hotmail address, which I looked at also. And so then all of a sudden it says that it was paid by my JP Morgan Chase. It actually has my account number, my last 4 digits of the actual checking account. So I'm like, there's like areas of here that make sense. There's areas of here that doesn't make sense. Well, we do have TransUnion that was just compromised. So I'm sure my checking account information was a part of that TransUnion compromise that was there. So
I got the same stuff.
You got the same stuff too? Yeah. Yep. And so it's coming on in, and I look at my bank, and guess what? There was no charge. So I'm not clicking on any links. I go back to my known source of information, which is my bank. No account withdrew $94. I go and take a look at my PayPal, not PayPals.io, but my PayPal account. I see no money that's been transferred out of it, so I throw away the email and delete it and don't respond.
Do you pay for Stitch Fix through your PayPal account?
I do.
Okay.
So, I mean, they had they is really close. They had the bank account. They have PayPal information.
Did they hack your PayPal?
No, they didn't hack the PayPal because there was no account that was charged. But what was really interesting is they used the incorrect email. The price was way too low, and they wanted to give me lots of help if this wasn't the order, which PayPal doesn't normally spend that much time carrying.
Okay. So what's the advice?
Be very careful with TransUnion compromise and all these other compromises. The people now know your bank account numbers. They now know your email addresses that you use. They know your patterns of what you're actually doing. So you need to be careful on everything that you see.
Don't click on stuff.
That's right. Take a look at your hat, right?
Don't click on it.
Don't click on it. All right. Well, that ends our later segment of the show. Now we're going to move on to Mike's mesmerizing moment.
Welcome to Mike's mesmerizing moment. What does Mike have to say today?
All right, Mike, would you pay for a phone service if it were co-branded by your favorite streaming celebrity?
Why do you ask me these obnoxiously stupid questions?
Well,
because they get you all riled up.
Yeah, and then you start talking about this and that. That's
and then you start
idea.
going off about Mr. Beast and whatnot.
Oh, no,
entertaining.
I would not.
You would not?
No, I like Ryan Reynolds as an actor, but I'm not going to go and switch my service to
Mint Mobile.
You're not going to say Cricket, but
no, Cricket's another one. So you're not changing to Mint Mobile?
No,
$15 a month.
First off, I don't worship any of these people, so I'm not gonna just go buy stuff that they put out.
Okay,
right?
There's not a streaming celebrity that you're going to say, "Hey, I'm going to help them."
If it's not about help, okay, this isn't about help. This is about business. Anybody that's on the internet hawking themselves is not my buddy. They're not my friends.
Okay.
I'm not their friends.
Yeah.
I'm not going to send them money. I don't care what they're hawking.
But they're banking on that parasocial relationship.
Yes, they are. And because I'm a grumpy old guy, that probably is a good buffer for me because I don't do parasocial relationships.
But a lot of people do,
A lot of people do. I think they should rethink those because of the ability to manipulate, especially like Mr. Beast. Yeah. He's manipulating impressionable youth into sending him all kinds of money. That's why he makes so much money, and that's why I dislike his platform.
Okay.
One of the reasons. So no, I'm not going to pay for a phone service if I don't even have a favorite streaming celebrity.
Okay.
I have streaming celebrities.
I mean, I know that you kind of like Ryan George. I like
Ryan George. I like some news outlets that I think are funny, but I watch them because they entertain me. I don't watch them so I can give them money.
Okay. All right, Mike. Thank you for that mesmerizing moment.
I don't think that was mesmerizing. You just want to hear me bitch.
No, it was mesmerizing. All right. Now we're going to head out to our commercial break. When we return, we have This Week in Technology. So now's a great time to enjoy a little whiskey on the side. See you after this break.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so you know what? We need people to start liking our social media pages.
If you like our show, if you really like us, we could use your support on patreon.com.
Or is it Patreon? I think it's Patreon.
Okay, Patreon. If you really like us, you can.
And you say I'm the English guy?
Patreon.com.
I butcher the English language?
You know you butcher the English language.
Okay, so it's
all the time.
It's Patreon.com.
Patreon.com. If you really like our show, you can subscribe to Patreon.com and help us out.
Oh, and you can visit us on that Facebook platform. You know, the one that Zuckerberg owns?
The one that we always bag on?
Yeah, you can. We're on Facebook, too.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Do you know what our Facebook page is?
TechTime Radio.
At TechTime Radio. Yeah. You know what? There's a trend here.
It seems to be that there's a trend, and that's TechTime Radio.
Or you can even Instagram with us.
And that's at TechTime Radio.
That's at TechTime Radio. Or you can find us on TikTok.
And it's TechTime Radio.
It's at TechTime Radio.
Like and subscribe to our social media.
Like us today. We need you to like us.
Like us and subscribe. That's it?
That's it. That's that simple.
And now, let's look back at this week in technology.
All right, we go back to September 18th, 1989. NEXT, Next Computer, releases the version 1.0 of its Next Step operating system. Now, Next Step releases this version 1.0, developed by founder Steve Jobs after leaving Apple, which was an object-oriented multitasking operating system. Originally designed to run on the Next brand of computers, it was later ported to other architects, such as the Intel x86. But in 1997, Apple acquired Next Computer to build their next-generation operating systems upon the Next Step architecture. Later named Mac OS X, today's iOS that runs on your iPhone, iPads, is the descendant from the Mac OS X in Next Step. That was This Week in Technology. If you ever wanted to watch some Tech Time history with over 260 weekly broadcasts spanning our 4+ years of video podcasts and blog information, you can visit us at techtimeradio.com to watch our little shows. We're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we have our Mumble Whiskey review. See you after the break.
How to See a Man About a Dog. It combines darkly comic short stories, powerful poems, and pulp fiction prose to create a heartbreaking and hilarious journey readers will not soon forget. Read How to See a Man About a Dog, collected writings, for free with Kindle Unlimited. Ebook available on Kindle, print copies available on Amazon The Bookpository, and more.
The segment we've been waiting all week for. Mark's Whiskey Mumble.
We should tip him.
That's right. there you go.
Okay, today, September 16th. What are we celebrating today?
National Tip Day.
No.
National
Mr. Beast Day.
National. So it's got to be something with roses. National. No.
Well, kind of.
A National Flower Day.
We know he's going to try and connect it to the day because that's what he does.
Okay.
And he does it a lot more subtly than Nathan's weird pairings, but
okay.
Okay. Today is Step Away from Seattle Day.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see how he does it, but I have a way to tie it in with the whiskey. Okay, so yeah, you heard that right. There is an actual holiday encouraging folks to give the Emerald City a break. After all, Seattle gets swarmed with tourists, especially in the summer, and sometimes even the city needs a little breathing room. So if you are planning a visit to one of America's best cities, maybe hold off just for today.
Okay,
that's the stupidest.
So on Tuesday, so
I step away from
my way.
So if I travel in on Monday and I have a business meeting, now all of a sudden I'm gonna have to stay out of Seattle for Tuesday.
I step away from Seattle every day,
and then I can go back on Wednesday. Okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah. Just get away from the 16th.
Okay.
So Lawrence Lavelle Jones took over the Four Roses brand after the death of the founder, Paul Jones Jr., in the late 1800s, which was lucky for us. In 1922, during the Prohibition, Lawrence Lavelle Jones purchased the Frankfort Distilling Company, which included the old Prentice Distillery. This acquisition allowed Four Roses to continue operating under a medicinal license one of only 6 distilleries in the U.S. Four Roses can sell a limited amount of whiskey to an individual, typically a pint every 2 weeks, through prescriptions. I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
medicinal purposes. That's where the
government
comes
shuts
from.
down. The government shuts down whiskey, but then they give license to it for prescription only to the
This was
5
the
distilleries that paid them the most money.
This is the forerunner for medical marijuana.
So, on a more personal note, September 16th marks what would have been Mark's sister's 54th birthday. She passed away earlier this year, and in her memory, today's featured barrel is Four Roses Single Barrel Strength OBSV, Ballard Cut Volume 2. Roses were among her favorite flowers, making this pour a fitting way to celebrate her life. This whiskey reminds Mark of his sister. Like this pour, she came in strong, bold, and unforgettable. She had presence. The first sip brings spice and heat, but it settles into warm depth and character that linger. That was her too, sharp, full of life, and impossible to forget. So today, this glass is both a celebration and a tribute. A whiskey with punch, polish, and heart, just like her.
Oh, well.
Now,
I dare you now to put a thumbs down to this, Mike. I'll just tell you right now. Yeah, okay.
And in honor of her, I think we should all stop and smell the roses every once in a while, like getting out of Seattle.
Okay.
Well, you can't smell roses in Seattle.
Blah, 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 blah.
I can tell you what you can smell in Seattle, but it might not be appropriate.
Wow.
Geese?
Close.
400 pounds of geese?
Yes.
Close.
Anyway. Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all Mark has to say.
All right. Thank you for that whiskey mumble. You know, Odie, whiskey and technology are such a great pairing. Like fall weather and the pumpkin spice lattes now available at Starbucks.
Really?
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I'll give you that. I don't think you executed it well, but you know, the idea, the sentiment was there.
Okay. All right. Now let's prepare for our technology fail of the week by Elite Executive Services.
Congratulations. You're a failure.
Oh, I failed. Did I?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
All right. So this technology fail is more a lack of security measures and setting up an opportunity for theft in my mind. So if you work for a company, you should probably have as your basic setup, you're going to want to have cameras over your front doors. Probably cameras over any back door that an employee can get into or get out of. You're going to probably want to have check-in and check-out processes if you're dealing with confidential information. These are just standard things you would have as a 101 business plan of any business. Now let's talk about this. Tennessee court has sentenced a Memphis man who worked for a DVD and Blu-ray manufacturing and distribution company to 57 months in prison for stealing and selling digital copies of unreleased movies. 37-year-old.
Hey, he got caught pirating. Huh?
Well, hang on, though. Okay, so this 37-year-old Stephen R. Hale was charged in March with selling ripped DVDs and Blu-ray discs of movies before their release. Prosecutor stated that at the time that Hale had stolen numerous discs of movies that were being prepared for commercial distribution in the United States between February 2021 and March in 2022. In May 2025, Hale admitted to committing criminal copyright infringement and agreed to fully compensate the victims, including returning to his employer approximately 1,160 DVDs and Blu-rays that investigators had seized from him during the searches. The problem was the company had no video camera or security for the digital media it was duplicating. Okay, so this has to be, Hale stole the DVDs and Blu-ray discs and took them home and burned them and then sold them online. So that's a criminal offense. Totally get that you shouldn't do that. But if I am a distributor and my job,
I saw that face. So like, okay, we're just gonna wait.
All right.
Go ahead.
So if I'm a company and my job is duplicating digital media, don't you think I would have the basic processes of making sure that if the disc is on an assembly line and is there, that it gets taken care of, that I can't take physical media and physical discs home after the end of my shift, and that there's some check-in and check-out process that's available? Wouldn't you think that that would be a common practice if you're a company in charge of duplicating digital media? You know, if Mark was here, Mark used to work at a company that burned laser discs. Like worked in the Laserdisc industry. And I would ask Mark, did they have security in place to make sure that he couldn't lug out a Laserdisc underneath his coat and take it home and have it available there? Now, the company made it very easy for him to consider this problem, other than the selling the pre-release copies to online sites, which of course I would have a problem with. As the Justice Department revealed in March, the company made it so easy that he did not even consider it a crime. Hale sold ripped versions of the stolen pre-release DVDs and Blu-rays through various e-commerce sites. List of stolen movie discs included Godzilla vs. Kong, F9, the Fast Saga, which who knows, F9 was even worth it, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Black Widow. He was also accused of ripping the pre-release Spider-Man No Way Home Blu-ray and sharing a digital copy extracted from its online after bypassing the encryption and preventative unauthorized copying. So he was able to work.
Is it because they didn't have security in place?
You shouldn't be able to take that digital media home. When he did him ripping it,
why are we even talking about that? Because TransUnion got hacked.
Yeah.
Security is like that. There's a security paradox.
Oh yeah,
I think I've talked about it before.
Yeah,
because I did physical security for a while.
Okay.
And when things are quiet, that's when they get rid of the security company.
Yep.
Because they're doing their job.
So my fail is on the security company, and you know what? Thank you, Mr. Hall. I probably
was able to watch a bunch of movies.
I don't do anything like that. All right, when we return? Oh well, you know what? We're not going to return. We're just going to go right now to the Nathan Nugget.
This is your Nugget of the Week.
Let's get this in here. All right, here's what we got for the Nugget of the Week. Microsoft and OpenAI have a new deal that could clear the way for an IPO. So we've been talking about OpenAI wants to go from a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, they want to make money.
OpenAI has reworked its nonprofit structure.
They're going to ask for tips.
It's made progress with Microsoft on their partnerships. We should ask for tips. You know that?
Tip us.
Tip us. There you go.
We're going to start a phone company too.
A TechTime Radio phone company.
We're going to, and
what else?
We're going to do TechTime Games
TechTime
on
Games
Amazon.
And on Amazon? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's going to be all things you can do while sitting in an easy chair.
Microsoft, OpenAI, and have both signed a non-binding memorandum of understanding, MOU, for the next phase of their partnership, which actively works to finalize the contractual terms for a definite agreement. Together, they remain focused on delivering the best AI tools for everyone, grounded in the shared community. Now, Microsoft has invested $13 billion in OpenAI since 2019, and the shares of the revenue earned from ChatGPT as well as its API. Microsoft also now includes OpenAI as a competitor, allows OpenAI to lean on other cloud providers for compute power, and has started to increase its reliance on its own AI models. Will Bing and AI search be the merger to make Bing?
You're really liking this idea.
That's the Nathan Nugget. Bing is going to take over the search. Forget Googling it. You're going to be Binging it.
Nobody's going to be Binging it.
This is a Nathan Giddy.
Yes, it is. That's right. It's a Nathan Nugget happy.
You're loving this. Nathan Nugget should be where you rail on things.
No, sometimes I rail. Sometimes it's what bothers me.
Sometimes he talks about
Sometimes he talks about how much he loves Bing and Sam Altman.
That's right. So it's kind of the Nathan Nugget. You just don't know what you're getting.
Nathan Nugget.
Nathan Nugget. All right, now let's move on to our pick of the day whiskey tasting.
And now our pick of the day for our whiskey tastings. Let's see what bubbles to the top.
All right. Today we're drinking from the Curran Brewery Company, Four Roses Distillery in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, classified as a straight bourbon, aged 9 years and 4 months, 125 proof, $100 on the market.
All right.
What say you?
I say thumbs up. Absolutely.
I have a thumbs up.
Michael?
Mike?
I already said it. I already have a
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right,
good.
Odie,
I like it.
Odie, what would you think?
I liked it before we had talked about the heart yanking thing.
Okay, all right.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
Out of respect.
Out of respect. Oh, that's okay. All right. Well, you know what? From all of us at TechTime Radio, it was an honor to be the host of today's show. Each week, we are here to decode the technology that shapes our world. One breakthrough in bourbon at a time.
Tip us.
Tip us. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on TechTime Radio. We hope that you had a chance to have that moment today in technology. The fun doesn't stop there. We recommend that you go to techtimeradio.com and join our fan list for the most important aspect of staying connected and winning some really great monthly prizes. We also have a few other ways to stay connected, including subscribing to our podcast on any podcast service, from Apple to Google and everything in between. We're also on YouTube, so check us out on youtube.com/techtimeradio, all one word. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did making it for you. From all of us at TechTime Radio, remember, mum's the word. Have a safe and